It's America. The republic stands, one nation, under God, individual, liberty, justice for all.
Clerk, please do the roll call.
Alderman Carr. Here. Alderman Roll.
Here.
Alderman Johnson.
Here.
Alderman Montoya.
Here.
Alderman Rita. Alderman Fairwell.
Here.
Alderman McGee.
Present. Okay, we have a forum for the next presentation of your own proceedings, the Illinois City Council minutes from August 8th, 2023. Is there a motion? Alderman Fairwell, second by Alderman Roll. Any question? Clerk, please do the roll call.
Alderman Carr. Aye. Alderman Roll.
Aye.
Alderman Johnson.
Aye.
Alderman Montoya.
Aye.
Alderman Fairwell.
Aye.
Alderman McGee.
Aye.
Six,
Here is public comment. Public comment?
Good evening, Your Honor, Mayor Fred, council members, thank you for letting me speak this evening. My name is Thomas Manberg. I live at 13427 Mozart Street. And initially, on Sunday, I was going to church and I saw Officer Jamie Schultz doing a good job for the city. I've known Jamie since he was 8, 9 years old. And I want to embarrass him. Reason why he's a good person, he had 2 good parents, Sharon and Kim Schultz. I wish if we had more people like James' parents. I remember a couple of things here. Reverend Church was out of town. He told me thank you for the people that showed up for the first service here in front of Eisenhower High School. Leanne, Nancy was there, the mayor, parents of State Senator Rita, and so forth. She's appreciated you being there in presence. Okay, I got a couple of things to say about my neighborhood here. That store there at California Broadway Street, constantly have people park, especially Sunday. You park at the corner. What happens is dangerous. When they leave, they back up in traffic. The other day, I almost saw a car because as it is, you get people flying up like a bat out of hell trying to beat the gates on Francisco and eastbound Broadway. So I understand that they're supposed to put some no parking in front of the store there. Hope that happens soon. And also too, we have a problem, a lot of parking in our area. I mean, we have parking is free, and I don't know if the city hall, whatever hall and bylaws, but there's a lot of people bring their business trucks and park in the neighborhood here. Takes up a lot of space. As it is, why his trucks are 3 feet long, 3 feet long. So just like I said, that's an issue. I know some Hispanic people tell me that, so forth. It's a last telling me. I tell, listen, you gotta come to city council too, because I don't want to get very next to city council. No, I appreciate you coming here. Thank you much.
Thank you. Any public comment?
Good evening, everyone. Holly Clemens from Michigan Covenant Church wanted to invite you out for this Saturday coming up on August 26th to our car show. It starts at 12 o'clock. And then also on Sunday, that's August the 27th. The time will be 10:30 to 11:30 is our friends and family service. So we'd like to welcome all of you and to have you come out and join us for 2 wonderful days. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other public comment?
Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. First of all, I want to give props to Alderman Rita. She's polite, courtesy, and she do come in the community to observe what's going on. First of all, I've been in Blue Island for 6 years, and I don't understand what's going on at this point. What is happening now is that we have the little cards that you all give us to put into your window, like when someone comes to visit or something. But now you all have made the issue, but you did not send us out anything to let us know that you all was, doing the overnight parking. And if someone come to your home, like my mother is very ill. So if my family is coming out of town, you all telling me that I got to call the police department to register their cars, that is unheard of. I've never in my life have heard anything like that before. And, we got people that's parking over there, which it does not matter. You got the baseball field and you all taking up all our parking spaces there. I'm not complaining about that. I'm complaining about you all that made decisions that we didn't know anything about. The overnight parking, if you give us a card for the daytime, which I've never heard from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m., why can't you give us something for overnight for when your family members come in? Registering to the police department is unheard of. Okay, you all are talking about people that's dumping cars. I have not seen that on my street. Now, my car was stolen as well as probably as anybody else. And I had a Hyundai. So there's the overnight van parking and all of that. You cannot stop people from stealing cars, no matter where you are. That's all over the state. So what I am concerned about is the overnight parking. like I said, I've had a stroke. You all would excuse me. The words may not come out right, okay? So I'm just saying, bear with me with what I'm saying. I just want to understand what is going on with like I said, I've been there 6 years. Never this has ever happened. My family came from out of town. We didn't have to register no cars or anything. Okay, so if you got the metro station behind us, no one is coming over there parking on my street from that. Only thing I'm being concerned about is what's going on now. Why do you all send out letters? Why do you put something in our water bill telling us this? That's all I'm here to just understand what's going on. I'm gonna let her speak because she has something to say too. I'm from the.
¿Speak Spanish? ¿Me ayudas, por favor? Yo vivo también ahí, al lado de ella, en mi dirección 127, 79, Division Street. Yo también tengo familia que viene a visitarme. Tengo una hija que vive en Crestwood y a veces se queda a dormir conmigo 2 noches. Entonces, me sorprende que digan que ahora no se puede quedar a dormir, porque tiene que tener un ticket. Entonces, ¿para qué nos dan el permiso de visitante? Para que nos visiten si no se pueden quedar a dormir, o tengo que llamar cada que mis hijos vengan a visitarme, que viven en Indiana, mi hija que vive en Crestwood, llamar a la estación de policía para registrar las placas, o familiares que vienen a convivir por las tardes, en la noche.
Real quick here, she's basically in the same boat here. She's also right next door to her. She's having the same issues with overnight parking. Family members coming in and out of town and receiving tickets for overnight parking.
Tuve en noviembre pasado un problema de que pasó la policía y me dio un ticket porque no tenía el permiso de parqueadero, pero lo tenía en la ventana de atrás donde va. Y me dieron un ticket, que porque no tenía mi permiso de lo tenía.
And she did receive a parking pass permit and still received a ticket on her bill.
Vine a la estación de policía, les di pruebas, con foto que tomé de mi troca y me retiraron los carros. No lo pagué. Pero yo pienso que es injusto lo que están haciendo, que las personas no se pueden quedar a dormir en la noche.
I think you all need to come out in the community and see what some of the residents are saying and see what's happening. You are not doing that. The only thing that we know that you all come out, you don't come out to do. What you do is at election time, y'all put a lot of cards in our mailbox. We don't know who you are. Come out. Alderman Rita come out. She have been out several times because I have explained what you all should be worried about now is the sewer problem that we have over there. The smells and flies are coming up from the sewer, getting onto our houses. I got pictures showing you where all the flies are coming from. I got things that stand on change that 5 or 6 times. That is uncalled for. I'm just saying things that you all should come out and realize to try to help us to do. Do you all have, is there an organizer that's connected with Blue Island? Like some people have organizers in their community. Do Blue Island have an organizer that can help in the community to help solve some of the problems?
Well, as I missed that,
No comment, public comment, and I wish the Alderman might agree with you. If you want to speak after the meeting about the department, we can have a conversation. We're not trying to be rude, we just can't answer during public comment.
Okay, I understand. I was just voicing my opinion of what's going on in the neighborhood that you all probably don't know anything about. That's all I was just saying. I'm not being rude myself. I'm just explaining that some of the things that's happening in the neighborhood that you all probably is unaware of.
Any other public comment? Any other public comment? Now moving on. A new business, introduction of a new canine officer.
Good evening. I'm just gonna start passing the informational flyers out while the deputy chief introduces dog here.
Mr. Mayor, City Council, Madam Clerk. After long discussions with the chief, we're bringing back the K-9 unit. Thank you to the mayor, who's approval of the project that we're gonna be doing. This is K-9 Rocco. He comes from the Minnesota State Police. He's 7 years old. He's been working in Minnesota State Police for about 5 years. Has a long history with Minnesota State Police with numerous seizures, numerous fines, drug fines. He is strictly a narcotics dog. He's not an aggressive dog, nor to be trained in any fight work or anything like that. We're moving away from the fighting dog for obvious liability reasons. Mainly it is going to be just a narcotics dog. This is Officer Miles O'Brien. He's been selected by the chief, myself, as our new canine handler based on his work ethic and his years of experience. He's in the detective division, patrol division. Now he's going to be working a dog, and I got to tell you, I'm super jealous. I worked a dog for 5 years. It's probably the best job in the police department. And if they would have asked me to work this dog, I would have worked the dog in a heartbeat. What we're gonna do is, we're gonna do a little, well, let me first, the dog is trained already. As they say, he's worked for about 5 years. Miles is not, so quite honestly, the dog is smarter than Miles. Which is a good thing for now. So the dog is kind of training Miles and, you know, how to detect narcotics and help them become a team together. So Miles is gonna do a little demonstration. He's in his second day of training right now in narcotics. They're also working on tracking for missing children, stuff like that, article searches, finding guns, hidden fields, stuff like that. So what we're gonna do right now is Miles gonna kind of go around and just give you a little heads up. There is some narcotic hidden somewhere up here. Okay, I don't know where it's at. Hopefully the dog knows where it's at. Okay, and like I say, he's been working for 5 years, so if you're afraid of dogs, let me know. I'll try to get Miles not to come by you, but someone up there has narcotics by them. And we're gonna do a little training. Okay, so Miles, whenever you're ready.
Go get him, Miles. Go get him, Miles.
Right. But this is no. So we.
As you know, it was, sorry, Alderman, go ahead. For the record, it's not Alderman Montoya, it's methamphetamine. Yeah. For the record. But it's about a tenth of gram of methamphetamine. Okay, so it's pretty impressive what his dog can do. So we're looking forward to working with Rocco, we're looking forward to working with Officer O'Brien. And we're really happy to get this program under. So I'll take any questions you have about the dog program, and I'm sure if people take any questions about any other financial problems or financial.
Any questions? You said that he's able to detect methamphetamines. Is there any other?
Yeah, he's trained in narcotics, marijuana, cocaine, heroin, any derivatives of that, methamphetamines, MDMA, which is ecstasy, so those are the drugs he's trained in. LSD, any derivative of heroin he's trained. Yes. Yes, Miles is gonna be on patrol, doing traffic stops, assisting in traffic stops, doing drug sniffs while traffic stops are being conducted on cars. We also plan on using him as a tool in schools for locker searches, stuff like that, especially at Eisenhower, hopefully. We need to talk with them, even in grade schools. When I was doing it, we did stints at Kerr Middle. We did locker searches. And also, most importantly, is the public relations part of it with demonstrations. Since he's not a biting dog, you can pull his tail, we could have run around here, you put your hand in his mouth, and we have no problems, and run around children and stuff like that, no concern.
Will you be making a visit to DDE?
I would hope so. I would very much hope so. That's something we'll work out with Director of Security there and Principal, Mr. Blakely, and I hope to make it there, yes.
Any other questions for MPG? Thank you.
Thank you so much, I appreciate it.
Next, we have the proclamation for Constitution Week. Whereas it was the privilege and duty of the American people to commemorate the 233rd anniversary of the drafting of the Constitution of the United States of America, with appropriate ceremonies and activities, whereas Public Law 915 guarantees the issuing of proclamation each year that the President of the United States of America designates September 17th through the 23rd as Constitution Week. Now, therefore, I, Fred Delano, by virtue and authority vested in me as mayor for the city of Blue Island, do hereby proclaim the week September 17th through the 23rd as Constitution Week, and urge all citizens to study the Constitution and reflect on the privilege of being an American, and all the rights and responsibilities which that privilege involves. Witness stamp the seal, 26th day of 2020. For motion to put in the record, motion by Alderman McGee, second by Alderman Roll. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? So moved. Next, we have a proclamation for National Rail Safety Week. Whereas Rail Safety Week is to be held across the U.S. from September 18th through the 24th, 2023. Whereas 2,194 rail grade crossing collisions resulting in 803 personal injuries were responsible for 204 fatalities in the United States just during 2022. Whereas 1,208 pedestrian trespass casualties have occurred in the United States, resulting in 658 pedestrians being killed and another 550 injured while trespassing on railroad property rights of way during 2022. And whereas educating and informing the public about rail safety, reminding the public that railroad right of ways are private property, enhancing public awareness of the dangers associated with highway rail grade crossings, ensuring pedestrians and motorists are listening while near railways, obeying established traffic laws will reduce the number of avoidable fatalities and injuries caused by incidents involving trains and citizens. Whereas the International Association of Chiefs of Police, National Operation Lifesaver, United States Department of Transportation, and all local, state, county, and railroad law enforcement officers, first responders, and railroad corporations commit to partnering together in an effort to educate at a national level all aspects of railroad safety, to enforce applicable laws, and support National Rail Safety Week. Therefore, I, Fred Delano, Mayor for the City of Blue Island, hereby attest my full support. Claiming September 18th to the 24th, 2023, National Rail Safety Week. I encourage all citizens to recognize the importance of rail safety education. dated this day, August 22nd, 2023. It's my hand and cause a seal for Blue Island to be affixed today. Mayor of Blue Island, put a motion to put in the minutes. Motion Alderman Johnson, second Alderman Fairwell. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Carries.
If I just make a comment about this, it's a good resolution and absolutely correct, that we don't safe around trains because they're very dangerous to people around crossing, so the drivers, people are not supposed to hear.
No one wants to miss a word I say. It's the negative kind of side of it, which is absolutely true, and we need to be careful. But on the positive side, I do a lot of work in the rail freight industry, and it is the safest way to move goods, especially hazardous goods, by far. And I'll tell you that the work I do with railroad workers are focused first, last, and always on safety. And there's been a tremendous improvement in rail safety. So you sit there and you're annoyed by those trains, we all are, but they're moving everything you need and they're doing it safely. So it's
Moving on to Mayor's report, the motion for approval of payroll, August 18th, 2023, about $419,626.07. The motion Alderman Carr, second Alderman McGee. Question. Clerk, please do the roll call.
Alderman Carr.
Aye.
Alderman Roll.
Aye.
Alderman Johnson.
Aye.
Alderman Montoya.
Aye.
Alderman Rita.
Aye.
Alderman Fairwell.
Aye.
Alderman McGee.
Aye.
7 ayes, Your Honor.
Carries. Next, we have motion for approval of accounts payable dated August 23, 2023. The amended amount of $295,837.44, slightly lower. $295,837.44. Is there a motion? Alderman Fairwell, second Alderman Roll on the question. Clerk, please do the roll call.
Alderman Carr.
Aye.
Alderman Roll.
Aye.
Alderman Johnson.
Aye.
Alderman Montoya. Alderman Rita.
Aye.
Alderman Fairwell.
Aye.
Alderman McGee.
Aye.
Alderman Bellato. Oh, sorry.
Aye. All right. Motion to award most qualified bidder for the City Hall Integration Project. Burke did tabulate. There was 5 bidders, and the second lowest one would be deemed the most qualified as seen in his report. Is there a motion? Question Alderman Montoya, second Alderman Roll on the question. Clerk, please do the roll call.
Alderman Carr.
Aye.
Alderman Roll.
Aye.
Alderman Johnson.
Aye.
Alderman Montoya. Alderman Rita.
Aye.
Alderman Fairwell.
Aye.
Alderman McGee.
Aye.
7 ayes, Your Honor.
Varies. Next, we have a couple of things from the committee. Here's the ordinance for the City of Blue Island, County, Illinois, amending Title 9, General Regulation, Chapter 100, short postal code of Blue Island. Again, this is a reminder just that we're defining the code and we're setting the planning. Just making the definition. No questions. Make a motion. Alderman McGee, second Alderman Fairwell, a question.
So this is definitely going to the planning zone, to the, and we'll take another look at it.
It's just saying.
Because there was a lot of restrictions there for the committee of the whole, I think.
Yeah, no, it's up to us, and we're gonna deal with the next video, all that, they review it. Any other questions? Clerk, please do the roll call.
Alderman Carr.
Aye.
Alderman Roll.
Aye.
Alderman Johnson.
Aye.
Alderman Montoya.
Aye.
Alderman Rita.
Aye.
Alderman Fairwell.
Aye.
Alderman McGee.
Aye.
7 ayes, Your Honor.
Under E, we need an ordinance for the City of Blue Island, Cook County, Illinois, amending Title 7, Traffic Code, Chapter 71, speed restrictions, the City Code of Blue Island, Illinois. Is there a motion? Motion for Alderman Carr, second Alderman Rita. Question. Alderman Johnson.
Yes, Mayor, when it comes to those speed restrictions, I'm looking at the school zone. And I actually have one that's reporting schools to share. Between Polk and Robert, but of course, the area I'm at, they go to that school. They make it a one-way. I've never seen anything for that area come up in our city council, from our street that they use. So they kind of make it a one-way, but they block off some of the residents' mailboxes and driveways where they can't. And so I just wanted to definitely a particular eye in that area for that school there.
We'll make a notation of that. Any other questions? Clerk, please do the roll call.
Alderman Carr.
Aye.
Alderman Roll.
Aye.
Alderman Johnson.
Aye.
Alderman Montoya.
Aye.
Alderman Rita.
Aye.
Alderman Fairwell,
Aye.
Alderman McGee. Seven ayes, Your Honor.
Motion carries. Next we have F, an ordinance for the city of Blue Island, Cook County, Illinois, amending Title V, Public Works, Chapter 52, Water and Sewers, the Code of Blue Island, Illinois. Is there a motion? Alderman Roll, second. Alderman Fairwell on the question. Alderman Fairwell.
Actually, around water meter. Yeah, just, I'm clear on a little bit of language here, maybe, I just understand how this works, but under installation of water meters and the paragraph A, it says all water meters shall be furnished by the city, but with the installation charge to be paid by the plumber as provided in the plumbing code. I don't understand that.
That's
Uh,
pre-existing language of it in there, I'm not sure. That sounds consistent with your understanding. Mike? All water meters are referred to as the legal installation price by the plumber. It wasn't coming in.
That was already in the code.
Okay.
That's consistent because technically a plumber is the only person that can do the work on the water system other than our water department employees. So we would not let a homeowner install their own. And all the plumbers that do work would be licensed and insured and no permits out. And so this is just another part of that.
Okay, I get, it seems odd because it says, is the plumber just gonna pay for the meter? It's hard, I just don't quite understand. It
Yeah.
sounds odd.
No, it would be for the charge of whatever the cost that's going on for the installation. This was put in there specifically because of our meters. When we go to a home and we swap out a meter, and they're not up to code, they have to be made up to code. We have to be able to recoup that by having, the materials paid for the shut-offs
Sure.
that are now required. Okay, so when you guys do the contract for the new meters, and they go into a home, find out that it needs to be brought up to code, the cost is gonna go back to that home or resident or commercial.
Any other questions? Clerk, please do the roll call.
I'm sorry, I did have a question.
Yep.
Yeah, at the very tail end, it says owners have 1 month from the date of notification by the city to install or remove meter. Wondering what that actually means.
Okay, so the contract, the way the contract stated, so the contractor is going to send out information to the resident saying that, they are going to replace the meter. So we have to give them a certain amount of time to be able to do that. It's gonna be within a 1 month time frame. We can't do more than that because our contracts have an end date where they have to be completed. So because it's done in phases, technically, they should, like, within a month and a half before the ending of the contract, they should have given out everything to everybody that it's done. That allows us to be able to follow our timeline, and in a month's time, somebody should be able to give us access to get the water meter. As it is, they're supposed to give us access within 24 hours as it is.
And I'm gonna vote for this, but can I just ask this to the attorney to just take a second look at that language and just, if it needs to be, it just doesn't, still doesn't make sense.
The language in A.
Yeah, just to make sure it's.
Motion for attorney to make any grammatic orders.
Yeah, it's fine, it's fine.
All right, other questions? Or please do the roll call.
Alderman Carr,
Aye.
Alderman Roll,
Aye.
Johnson,
Aye.
Alderman Montoya.
Aye.
Alderman Rita,
Aye.
Alderman Fairwell,
Aye.
Alderman McGee.
Aye.
Seven ayes, Your Honor.
Motion carries from here, so this update for Western progressing on schedule. I already know that the Hitchcock Design and Burke have met to discuss the second phase, starting the process with that. We know how long it's going to take dealing with IDOT. So I know they're working on that. And that phase is also grant funded, so they have other parameters they can work with. Water meter, they haven't set the pre-con meeting yet, so I don't know the official date yet. We're going to start the commercial meter exchange, which has all been approved so far. I believe that we have that set. Gallagher, we have a pre-con for the street surfacing project in the summer. They haven't given us a start date exactly, but it should be very soon, considering that they only have a few months. But they feel they can do most of the project before the snow. Those are the big ones. All right, I think Tom might talk about anything I forgot when I get to that point. City clerk's on.
We have some save the dates. We have Blue Tap as the road walk, September 10th. Blue Bridge 5K Field House, September 24th. If you would like to participate or be a vendor, please contact my office. Save the dates also for community health fair, October 7th, from 10 to 2 at the John E. Reader Rec Center. Movie at the Meadows Golf Course, October 7th in the evening at 7 o'clock. Community Scarecrow start October 12th. You can start building your scarecrow. We're going to start on Thursday night this year, so we have all the aldermen participate and the mayor. Day of the Dead is November 2nd, and the light parade is November 2nd, Day of the Dead, light parade at Kingdom Hearts is December 2nd. All that.
City treasurer, there's no report today, no treasurer report. 11, city attorney. All right, 12, city administrator.
Just a couple quick items. One is all the aldermen should have received a update about flood assistance through FEMA. Cook County was declared an emergency by the federal government in August. So our residents who got affected can apply directly to FEMA for direct assistance, which is the best, most effective actual flood assistance. I know for a fact some FEMA investigators have already been in town for people who were quick to contact them. So I would encourage residents that took any flood damage to apply for the assistance. This is an active and rolling process. And very shortly for this meeting, I also got off the phone with some of our contacts in county emergency management. They are planning to do a program that would amount to basically satellite office hours of emergency management staff to help residents do the application process. This might especially be useful for seniors, etc. Right now, they plan on having site and system the most damage. I am strongly encouraging them, since our residents probably have a hard time getting to Cicero. I'm strongly encouraging them to come up and work with us to get some physical resources out here in terms of personnel to help, especially some of our senior residents, some folks who are next computer savvy, what have you. So those are that's kind of where we're at with flood assistance. But we do have residents who are getting, as I said, in the process of and working some assistance out of this. So if they haven't done so, in addition to emailing the council, every resident who provided us an email with one of the flood damage reports also did receive an email. So, and then we obviously use social media, et cetera, to push it out there. So we're doing everything we can to get the message out. And then just a quick update on the finance board. Our audit is continuing. I had a conversation with the auditor from this week. We are encouraging them to have pushing for September 30th closure. Now I can make all the demands I want. We are still weighed down by staffing issues. All of the entire auditing business is very weighted down by staffing shortages. But so I think we're doing a good way that we're doing everything we can to try to get an audit by the end of September, which would be the earliest that we've had one in some time, which would obviously allow us to, accelerate, keep the rest of our financial process to the end of the year on track into the 2024 appropriations. So that is all I have.
Questions? No, thank you, Bob. We do moving on to the executive. We have aldermanic announcements, reports of comments, and all.
Okay, so, I was planning on bringing this up before, Ms. Smith came up. I think I would like to start a discussion or perhaps an upcoming, committee of the whole. I think we need to revisit, parking restrictions, i.e. overnight parking, and getting rid of the permit parking near Metro. This is in the 3rd ward. I know Metro commuters are the ridership is way down. It's not like it used to be before COVID. We used to have lots of overflow in the 3rd ward. We do not now. The parking lots are very empty. So at least in my area of town, I don't know how it is in the rest of the city, and I can only speak for my area. To get rid of the permit parking in Metro train station. And also taking a look at the trailer parking on private property. I think we passed maybe about a year ago, I think. If we could just start a discussion, maybe get some numbers from the police department in regards to ticketing, etc. And and either revise or rescind some of these ordinances, just to be a little more friendly for the constituents.
Thank you. Alderman, Alderman Johnson.
Yes, this Thursday at Memorial Park, they're having a Harvest Garden Festival. You guys are welcome, everyone is welcome in the city of Blue Island to come. They even have yoga starting at 5 o'clock, drink apps, which is tea and infused water, and at 6, the food, we have actually, chefs coming out to cook. If you guys are not doing anything, Alderman, come and show and share and the delightful food that will be presented.
Alderman, what time is this starting?
5, yoga, you and I can get on the mat, stretch out. a
Maybe some
little bit.
rope yoga?
Yeah. And it's open for the public.
And speaking the next couple of days with the heat, are the city cooling center facilities going to be available for residents?
Yeah, we posted yesterday and we updated again, adding another one today. It's 6 or 7 locations available. We have the hours and phone numbers and everything on our website and Facebook today. It's an actual room, it's the golf course.
Golf course, rec center, police station. Golf course, rec center, police station,
Library.
library, and people come in the city hall, rec, and come out, and then you sit down somewhere, but yeah, the rec center, the golf course, Salvation Army, great facility, but they take people as well. The rec center, we have, chairs, I'll check with the district, but they usually Memorial also, if someone needs to just have a place to sit, especially in the middle part of the day. We will be able to have some areas, so it is online, but yeah, we'll, and, if there's any, if we know of any, issues, obviously, it's emergency police, but if it's something just the administration can do, myself or Mark.
And I think the township over on Ashland.
Yes, correct. Any other Alderman? Now we get a motion for an executive. All the readers, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
And then file litigation.
back in regular session. Alderman Johnson, Alderman Roll, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
In executive session, we discuss possible imminent litigation. That's it. Anything else? Now we don't want to adjourn. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?